my name is John Haines. I'm from Manchester in the UK, and my business is Project MCR, which is an organisation that uses skateboarding to build community. Impact, generally speaking, I suppose we're thinking about the positive impact that the organisation can have. So for us, it's about how much influence, how much positive influence we can have on the people we're working with, how we can help our employees to flourish and to grow, how we can help them to allow the people that they work with to flourish and grow as well, creating a safe environment for people, reducing the barriers that face so many people in our community, to accessing the services that we provide, and more generally to skateboarding. So yeah, I'd say that's the stuff that we're looking at in terms of impact. So who's not accessing what we're providing? Who's struggling to access skateboarding? Why can't they access it? And what can we do to help them get access to it, so that they can be part of our community? Well, I was part of the initial founding group, but it wasn't really my idea at that phase. I was invited to be part of what this other person was doing. So, but there have been, since then, there have been lots of different projects that I've initiated. I started running it only a few years later. So things like expanding the skate park or doing some large-scale expansions have been some big initiatives that I've worked on and developed. And well, it's been really positive. My experience of sharing some of those ambitions with funders, with people on our board, have tended to result in them saying, yeah, we think it's a great idea as well. We'd love to get involved. Let's see if we can make it happen. And so that's how we've ended up growing over the years. Being exposed to the Branches community gives you a sense of the enormous scale, even just a glimpse really of the enormous scale that God works on. You start to see God as actually, He's created the entire universe, and sometimes you forget that because we're so finite. But then you meet people who are running multi-million pound organisations who are super humble, super compassionate, and they've got a really understandable story. Like, you can sort of get behind how these kind of things happen. And you start to think, okay, maybe this is possible. Maybe I shouldn't put a lid on top of God and say, oh no, this is as far as God wants me to go. So being part of the Branches community means I'm exposed to this group. It means I'm able to see and I think and experience things in a larger scale. I think as well, there's a really amazing process that goes on when a bunch of enthusiastic entrepreneurs get together and start talking about each other's businesses, and they share ideas, and suddenly you start to hear different ideas, and you're like, oh, I could use that, and I could use this. Maybe if I synthesize these two things, we'd create this new idea that might work. So it gets you even more excited and more stimulated to go back to where your business is operating, and to start doing that with a new level of energy. So yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of things, but those would be probably the main things that come to mind. The stories that I hear from the parents of the children who come along to our skate park regularly, who come along to our sessions, who interact with our team, give me the strong sense that I'm probably only seeing the tip of the iceberg in terms of feedback, because not everybody will come back and say, oh, we've had the most incredible time. But some of the stories have been life-changing. I remember speaking to a parent a few years ago who I met outside the gates of the skate park during one of our sessions that's designed to build community for women and girls so that they can get involved in skateboarding. And he got me to one side as I was leaving and said, are you the guy that runs this place? And I said, yeah, I do. And he said, I just wanted to say thank you. And I said, what are you thanking me for? And he said, well, because of you, I've got my daughter back. And it was an amazing story. His daughter was sort of declining in her mental health, and she was very anxious and struggling to go to school and whatnot. And as a result of the girls' night and the staff of the girls' night, who were just super embracing and welcoming and caring, she found a community of people who really cared for her and didn't judge her anymore. But there have been a number of sort of similar stories, from people who have felt like they didn't really have a place, and they found a place at a skate park. They found a place where people didn't judge them. But that's the way that the project is operating. In fact, I operate it in a very similar way to, I think, churches. You know, we want to be a place that embraces everybody, regardless of their background, regardless of how much money they have, regardless of what they believe initially. You know, they come in and they're here to be welcomed, and that's what our staff do so well. They are an absolutely wonderful bunch of people who, just make people feel great when they come in. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question completely, but
yeah, that's a great answer.
I mean, we work with around 5,000 individuals per year. So we've got about 5,000 people coming in. Half of those guys are under 18. So we work with 2,500 young people every year. And that's just the guys that we're measuring at the skate park. But then we do hundreds, in fact, probably thousands of young people per year in schools as well. So we've really got a wide reach. So it's really important that we make sure that the people who we're hiring really do have a caring attitude and sense of responsibility towards the children and young people that they're working with, because these guys, even though the young people I employ don't really realize it all the time, they're the ones that they're looking up to these guys. They're their mentors, they're the examples that they're setting. And so we really value our team who really are wonderful people to look up to. I'm super excited about expanding the skate park. That's been the big thing for me over the last couple of years, just thinking about the number of people wanting to use the space at the same time, but we can't have everybody in there at the same time, and realizing that the only way we can deal with that is to expand. So that's a big thing for me, thinking about scaling up our coaching operation, so delivering to more schools, giving more children, not just in Manchester, but across the country, the opportunity to learn to skateboard with really great coaches who set a great example. But then having come to branches, Summit, now I'm thinking even bigger, what more could we be doing? Maybe my view of just thinking of a UK expansion project might be too narrow, and I might, it's exciting to think that we could possibly do something in other countries as well. So, and maybe I'm not 100% there yet. I think maybe start with the UK and then work out how to scale it up there, and then build it further afield internationally, perhaps. But yeah, I'm excited about the potential, especially when you see so many businesses doing some incredible work on a massive scale. Yeah, it does make it seem much more possible.